morning, everyone, and welcome to JG's Fight Talk. You're with me, Joel, and my partner in crime, Ender. How you doing, Ender?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
Do you know what? I feel so much better than the last one.
You look so much better too. Your wife beat her off. So we're doing something funny today, aren't we, to start off with?
Yeah, we're doing something a bit different this morning. So I'm going to be basically sort of following the McCaskill versus Braekhus part 2, which is the whole shebang, going for the undisputed in the welterweight division. Ender, what are you going to be doing?
I'm going to be watching Ellis and Benavidez on Fight TV. And I've Jimmy Lennon Jr. now just introducing the fighters, I presume, because obviously I can't hear them. So, yeah.
So we're going to do something a bit different. So I'm going to be watching the ladies, Ender's going to be watching the guys, and we're just going to see
Benavidez.
But yeah, no, well, I've just got the ring walks happening now. McCaskill's coming out now.
So I'm a little bit ahead of you now. We're probably going to have the 10 ring, the 10 bell ring for Marvelous Marvin Hagler now, probably shortly, and that'll be just, because that's going to be on the main event on Dazan. It's definitely on, and I presume they're going to do the same here. So that was shocking news. We all kind of came through in the middle of the night. When I was going to bed, it wasn't confirmed, and unfortunately, when I woke up, it was. But I mean, what an unbelievable boxer, I mean, like, one of the 4 kings, has passed away, and they really were the middleweight greats, and he really was an exceptional boxer. But
if you're tuning in now and you haven't heard the news, Marvelous Marvin Hagler passed away, age 66. We're not sort of sure at the moment as to what it was, but our thoughts and prayers go out to the family.
Absolutely, and his wife, and the whole boxing community. Like, I mean, if you see it on Twitter, the outpouring of grief and support for his wife.
Incredible athlete, and
he was.
Will always be in the history books. One of the best, really.
Those 4 kings. I mean, they're something else. Like, it was an exceptional period in the super middleweight division. Hagler, Hearns, Leonard, and Duran, and I mean, that's what made boxing so popular. In the 80s, you had just got 4 Ultimate Warriors that were giving it all. So my fight's about to go ahead now. They're just bouncing around in the corner. So
mine, they're bouncing around in the corner as well. So
very good.
Before we go to the fights, we're going to have some of this.
Have some of them.
So welcome to JG's Fight Talk on, blimey, nearly 4 o'clock in the morning. And, to be fair, we're buzzing for these fights.
Ellis has come out of the traps very quickly in round 1 here in my fight. But Benavidez is just sizing him up, but obviously Ellis being the underdog, he's kind of, I suppose, more eager to get going, whereas Benavidez can just hold the center of the ring and try and take the command. But it's good so far. It's a typical round 1. They're kind of feeling each other out, seeing, what the kind of range is, and
going with it,
scoping the boxers, scoping each other out. Benavidez now, to me, looks the far more composed, assured boxer, and then Ellis is just obviously desperate to kind of start something, because and he is starting something here now, but he's got caught, but he has got Benavidez on the ropes, but Benavidez easily punches back there.
So we've still got the scary close-ups in the corner of each ring.
Good. So maybe are they doing anthems or something? Because I know how
they just keep zooming in. They just keep zooming in on the face.
You know how Eddie likes to put on a show? They're probably got bloody acrobats or fire artists or something in the middle now, or something like these women are just we kind of want to box the head off each other here. So obviously PBC is a lot more stripped back. It's it's literally like there's the fight and there's the
Yeah.
studio. It doesn't look like there's a crowd here. I
No,
may
there's
be
no
wrong.
crowd here.
Oh,
There's people dotted around, but I think it's probably it's a bit of a strange one. There's people there, but
yeah, but
I don't know what the
it's
setup
obviously
is.
social distance and whatever, you know. So
Yeah, it's
it's
so sort of sparse, really.
yeah, it's a social distance crowd, but again, they're feeling each other out.
Just
Benavidez there.
just before we
Ellis,
come on, they announced and Demetrius Andrade versus Liam Williams, which will be taking place on April the 17th on DAZN. Yeah, that's going to be a great fight as well. I think Liam
yeah.
Williams brings it, doesn't he?
Oh, he definitely does. I mean,
It's going to be a
he's
warrior fight, that one. I
yeah.
look forward to that.
Oh yeah, it's another good. It's good to see another good UK boxer. You know, kind of getting out in the international scene,
Yeah,
and
tough
yeah,
individual.
absolutely.
So yeah, good old Eddie announced that he was looking pretty suave tonight. I have to say.
Oh, he always does. Slick
Yeah,
Eddie.
there's no roll neck tonight. There's no roll neck.
That was pretty. It really was a try hard substitute teacher the last time.
Yes, the best wasn't it? Ender was the Canelo fight when he came out in the pajamas.
Oh, but we have the end of round one here, and it's a hard enough round to score because um, Ellis was definitely he was trying more and getting into it, but the champ was obviously taking things in his cool and picking off the shots. So I'm I'm actually going to give it to Ellis on the grounds that he was the busier of the two boxers, even though the
Yeah.
champ was definitely the more kind of self-assured guy. So I'm going to give Ellis that round.
Well,
So
it's all kicked off in this one.
that's a 10-9.
We're halfway through round one.
And how
McCaskill in the black and green, Braekhus in the black, and McCaskill's come out and she's meaning business. I think she wants to prove a point in this one and get her out.
yeah. It's like the fight here that the underdog has to come out and kind of take the fight to the champion.
Yeah. We've got it the other way around here. McCaskill, who nicked the last one, is
Also, McCaskill is the champion. Apologies.
yeah, she's out to sort of say, well, it was close
No
last
clue.
time. But I'm going to prove it this time.
Yeah, but
I wonder how many times we're going to have to do this over time, where we're going to have to split it because
well,
there's
what
times
is it
the
about
dates
boxing?
collide.
What is it about boxing? They love to put on shows on the same night.
Yeah,
I
don't think they intentionally like to do it, but it happens, doesn't it?
But I suppose it's key weekends, and this is probably a key weekend in the United States.
Well, Pascal is really taking Braekhus here. She is battering her first round. Lefts and rights, she is literally really going for it.
Well, we have a good exchange of punches in round two here.
Yeah.
Kind of, I throw one and you throw one.
McCaskill round. Round one, McCaskill.
Very good. Well, this is really kind of trading shots at this point. It's not a bad fight I have here, to be fair.
Yeah, I think we're going to be spoiled today.
Absolutely.
I love it.
So do I, and I love the fact I won this on the competition on Twitter, so that's how I get to watch this legitimately live. I don't have to go on to any old dodgy streams or anything.
No, this is it, isn't it?
And it's great quality, because you can just it's on the MacBook, but it's and fair play to Fight TV. I mean, I've had no buffering and no issues. Oh, that's an excellent body shot there from Benavidez. Again, this is a close round, but Benavidez there with a lovely flurry of punches. I'm going to give this round to Benavidez. Now there's obviously 20 seconds left, But as I gave the first one to Ellis, and it was close, I'm giving the second one to Benavidez on a similar. Well, Benavidez is catching him lovely there, but Ellis is fighting back. Oh,
Well,
what
in
an
this one,
exchange!
in this one, the two of them are literally standing toe to toe, throwing bombs at each other.
Well, it's
It's
pretty
out.
much like this here in this one.
Yeah,
So I'm going 10-9 now in the opposite direction. So we've got 19 all after 2 rounds.
yeah. You think with this one, the undisputed's on the line. There's a major amount on the line in this one, so people have to be careful. You don't want to be blowing too early. You don't want to chuck everything in the first 2 rounds.
But sometimes they're like, let's get them out of there as quickly as possible and let's do it.
Yeah, McCaskill's throwing absolute bombs out. And to be fair, when you look at the ages, McCaskill's 36, Braekhus is 39.
Jesus. So this is really kind of the end of the career for them.
This is like, this is, you could almost say, going out on a high, really. Yeah. I think whoever loses...
But it's great for women's boxing. It's a great advert for it as well,
Yeah. Well, it just shows, doesn't it?
So we just started the third round now in my fight.
McCaskill is literally throwing lefts and rights, but every one is an overhand. She's literally just lobbing them. So accuracy is slightly off, but she's showing some real aggression.
Well, Ellis again would be the more aggressive boxer, but Benavidez would be the more accurate boxer. Like when Benavidez throws, he lands or he scores. Ellis is just smothering him with punches.
That's 2 rounds, McCaskill.
Very good.
Yeah, she is flying.
Oh yes, Benavidez caught him with a lovely left there. Benavidez is fighting southpaw.
If you're joining us for the first time, welcome to JG's Fight Talk, sponsored by Rich's Boxing and Limitless Creations. If you're joining us for the first time, make sure you subscribe. Have a look at some of the videos. We've got some great interviews and content. I've got my main man Ender with me. You can find on Twitter. We're just enjoying it. Some great boxing on today. Ender's watching Ellis versus Benavidez, and I'm watching McCaskill versus Braekhus. And quality fights. They're both coming out the block, really, to be honest.
Yeah, and these guys, they're throwing some good punches at each other. I'm really impressed with Benavidez's fight style here. It's good straight punching, and he's
class. He is class.
It's very judge friendly. I mean, he just scores.
Hang on, McCaskill. She is literally, these bombs are connecting now. So really, it's happening here. She doesn't want to let this go to the card.
For the kill, basically.
There's not going to be any cards as far as she's concerned.
Yeah.
Massive left uppercuts she's landing. But Braekhus, more experience, she lays off. Her record is 37 fights, 36 wins. Her only loss is to McCaskill. So
maybe is she trying to kind of
try and avenge?
Yeah, but is she kind of saying, well, I'll get you deeper? She's hoping to go deeper into the fight and have her experience take over.
Yeah. It's mad because McCaskill's had 11 fights and 9 wins, and she's undisputed. That is mental. That is absolutely
it is. I have mental. To say, I'm very much enjoying this fight. There's some nice trading and there's excellent shots from both boxers. But again, the better boxing is from Benavidez. And I am going to be giving him the third round, and he is taking the lead now for definite. So it's going to be Benavidez 10, Evers 9. So it's 29-28 after 3 to the champion. On my scorecard,
he's going to take some beating here. I think.
Yeah. In case Jamal is watching and wondering how I score fights, if he's watching PBC. This is how I'm scoring it, by the way. So
yeah, for anyone that's tuning in, me and Ender interviewed Jamel Herring the other day. Top bloke, really lovely.
Great guy.
We had a good laugh.
Part Irish.
and he's part Irish, and he turned around and he said, we were talking about the scorecards because we were going to do a live watch along for him versus Frampton, and we had a proper giggle, and we said, look, Ender being sort of having the past as a judge was saying, look, I'm going to score these evenly, and it's you've got to perform to get my vote basically. and Jamal
even though I am in his corner and I'd like him to win, that means nothing when it comes to my judging.
But he's impartial, and he turned around and
hopefully I am.
He turned around and he said, I said he's going to watch this live watch along, so you got to be careful. And he was just laughing. It was quality. That'll be out soon. That'll be out. And good luck to Jamal in the next couple of weeks. I think it's not too far. I think it's 3rd of April.
Yeah. Oh, excellent punch there from Benavidez, but Ellis just came back. Cool. This is a really good fight. I'm enjoying this fight.
Braekhus has won the first 3 rounds.
Yeah, you see, your fight seems a little bit more one-sided, whereas mine is there's so much give and take.
Yeah, it depends how you want to. It's one of those fights where it depends what you're looking at. You know, McCaskill was very aggressive, a lot of big punches flying in. Braekhus is more accurate, but not really throwing too much. So it's kind of a case of what you like, really.
Yeah, and it is kind of like, as I was saying, she is probably waiting, to get her down the line, as she's only had 11 fights. Is that what you said? When it comes to the championship rounds, is she able for it? Benavidez unleashed a flurry there, but Ellis came right back. These guys are just animal, I mean, they're able for so much big punches, and it's impressive watching the two of them fight. I'm enjoying this fight, and I have to say there's a lot to be said for watching a fight with no sound.
Yeah. What do you make of Ellis? What do you make of him?
Yeah, Ellis is very game. I mean, he's getting bombs thrown at him, and he's coming back.
Yeah.
So
well, this one, Braekhus is starting to find a bit of rhythm now. You think with the ladies, there's 10 rounds in this fight. They're 2-minute rounds, so they go so bloody quick. It's scary how quick these fights go. So momentum-wise, you've almost got to hit the ground running because the rounds go so quick. You can't leave it to late. You've got to stamp your mark quickly, haven't you?
Yep. But if you do gas early, you're leaving yourself wide open,
Yeah. Well, at the moment, watching live on DAZN, they're showing you Chocolatito and Estrada backstage. Estrada's sort of just walking around, but Chocolatito's on the pads. He's looking sharp, really sharp. I'm looking forward to that fight, to be fair. I think that's going to be I think the last time they fought was is it 8 years ago or something?
But it is a long time ago. That's another close round, but I'm giving it to the champion again. So, now my pens are here. So I'm 37-39 now in favor of the champion as we go into round 4. As we go into round 5.
Yeah, that I have to say that last round was really difficult to call. If I'm really going to have to sway, I think I'm going to have to go Braekhus on that one, just because she was just that bit more accurate.
Well, again, it's how you scored them. But as you said, you don't envisage having to give the scorecard at the end because you don't see it going the distance. This one here, I think this fight could easily go the distance, but not for a negative reason. I think for a very positive reason, because they're well able for each other and they're throwing big punches, but they're taking them and they're giving them back.
What round are you in, Ender? What round are you in?
I'm in round 5 now, round 5 of 12. Just started round 5.
See, I'm in round 6. This is how mental it is, because it's just like that, isn't it, with the women's?
Oh yeah, because your rounds
so thick and fast.
Two thirds the length of mine. So Yeah, but yeah, no, this is a good fight. Ellis seemed to be doing a bit of ducking and diving there, very low ducking, but anyway, and he loaded up some nice shots there. Oh yes, another Ellis is actually doing well in this round, I would say. Yes,
So
Ellis.
I'm so impressed with the level of female boxing now. It's just
Well, that's
it's
it.
incredible. Now
It's
it's been given the platform, and
yeah.
you know, and I have to say, Eddie has been brilliant with putting the women on a platform.
Well, Eddie sees opportunity, and Eddie will go for it.
Yeah. Which I'm going to give my friend a shout out, Ebony Bridges, who boxed this morning in Australia.
Yes, well done, Ebony.
Incredible performance, and the uppercuts and the body shots were disgusting.
Yeah,
They were.
because in fairness, she doesn't look like your typical boxer. She looks like a glamour model almost.
Here we go. We've got Anton. I bet under
8.5 rounds.
8.5 rounds. Okay, cool. This is for McCaskill, and he's put. Does it look like will be a stoppage before round 9 in McCaskill?
Oh, he's saying his bet was for 8.5 rounds.
Ah, right. Yeah, not a bad shout, to be fair. Not a bad shout. I think there could be a stoppage before round 9, but I think if it's going to happen, I think McCaskill. She is just being younger, well, slightly younger. She's just really looking for that knockout. Could work in her favour, or she could blow out before round 9. So we shall see. But at the moment, this is a really good fight. Really good fight.
They're trading a lot of leather here again in round 5, but we're in the last 15 seconds, and at the moment Ellis has it unless something.
Oh, she just landed left and right, McCaskill. Absolutely amazing. She is really landing some now.
And is there much reaction from the other boxer? Yeah, I'm giving that one to Ellis. So
she kind of comes back. Anton's just put, "Thank you, fellas." You're welcome, mate. Thanks for coming on the channel. As I say, if you're here for the first time, make sure you subscribe and check out the other content. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. I know it's 4:15 in the morning here in the UK, so really appreciate it. Thank you.
And in Ireland.
And in Ireland.
And Portugal, actually. And South Africa. I think they're all GMT.
But yeah, it's this is a great fight.
Yeah, after 5 rounds now, I have the champion up only by 1 point, 48-47, because I gave the last round to Ellis, busier boxer. So if Ellis continues in this vein, he takes the next round, we'll be even. So it's a good fight. They're well able.
It sounds like yours is quite tight.
Oh, it is, but they're great, trading big blows, and they're well able for them, and it's an enjoyable fight. It's a fight I like to watch.
Yeah.
I am enjoying it. Again, Ellis is coming out again leading. I mean, Ellis could be ahead in some people's scorecards because, like that, people could have given Ellis the first round. No, I did, or the second round.
This is it. It's how, like we always say, it's literally what you're looking at and how you view a fight. Do you want that person that's aggressive coming forward, pushing the fight, or do you want the person that's boxing and being more accurate and landing?
Right. Well, actually, that was a wild swing from Benavidez there. So Benavidez is obviously, I think, feeling it a bit. He wants to get in control again because I think he has lost control. Whereas I said Ellis was kind of being scrappier, Benavidez looked like he controlled the center of the ring. Whereas now, but that was some big punch from Benavidez. But Ellis came right back and comes right back with another combination. Oh, this is a great round 6.
I'm not one for maps, as you well know, but I'm putting it as McCaskill 4 rounds to 3.
Good man. Oh, that was an excellent exchange. Benavidez had Ellis on the ropes, but Ellis just swung back with a right hook that just caught him flush. But neither of these guys are giving an inch. I'm telling you, man, you've got to watch this fight back, and I will watch your fight back because it seems really good. And now Benavidez, after kind of being on the back foot for the start of the round, is really taking control now, and he's
I think
catching.
we're going to have to do reviews on these. I think we're going to have to do a review on the sort of top 3 fights of the night, because there's so much coming out of the 3 of them. You know, out of these 2 at the moment, you know, and the next one's going to be even packed, isn't it? So
Yeah.
I think
At least we'll be watching it together.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a review, isn't it? Really?
Yeah. Yeah, Benavidez now is taking control. Oh, he's catching him at free will now. This could be the end of it for Ellis. He's getting caught now a bit too much for my liking. But no, he's fighting back again. But Benavidez now, the hooks.
These two are literally standing toe to toe in the ring, and they are just going for it. It's a great fight.
Well, Benavidez, like his
Braekhus is a bit more measured, but
picking off his shots, hooks.
Yeah, there's some really good shots in there.
Uppercuts there. He is swinging a miss from Benavidez, but Ellis is holding, so Ellis is tired, and you could tell by him he kind of gassed out at the start of this round. So Benavidez kind of, you know, his champion quality going to shine through. I think, you know, it might. Oh, that's the end of that round, and I'm giving it to the champion. So I've now got.
What round are you in?
That's the end of round 6. So I have the champion at 58, and I have the challenger at 56.
Oh wow! Braekhus has just had a point deducted for holding too much. Very interesting, because actually I didn't really see that. So it was quite. So now Braekhus is really opening up now, because she's thinking, I've got to win this now.
Yeah.
So really, that's a round to McCaskill, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's
Oh, that was an excellent right hook there, and followed up with a left hook there. I'm just watching it back now, and really commanding round from the champion there. Like he really showed his skill, and no wonder poor Ellis was a bit gassed there. I would be too, taking those big punches.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Well, I think I'd be dead, but you know what I mean. If I was a championship boxer, I would be gassed. But Benavidez now, again, Ellis coming out. Ellis comes out of the traps very quickly. He's like a little greyhound. He comes out and he just goes for it. But then Benavidez just throws some of his and Benavidez does seem like the heavier puncher. He throws some of his big bombs, and he's like, you know, back in your box, little boy.
Like we were saying, if you're joining us for the first time, welcome to JG's Fight Talk, sponsored by Rich's Boxing and Limitless Creations. I'm currently sort of commentating on McCaskill versus Braekhus. Ender is with Ellis and Benavidez.
Yeah.
2 great fights, to be honest.
Really Benavidez, Ellis caught him lovely there with the left hook.
And we'll be coming off this when these 2 are finished, and we'll be back straight in with Estrada versus Chocolatito. And what a fight that's going to be, Ender.
Absolutely. I'm just wondering, knowing Eddie Hearn, there'll be so much filler between the end of your fight and the start of the next fight that even if mine goes the distance, I'll be able to just switch over, and I'll probably be an anthem number 7 or something, so it'll be fun.
Yeah. There'll be sort of national anthem 48 before you join us, after what happened last time and the Canelo party at the start.
Yeah. But Benavidez is just letting loose now with some great punches. But again, Ellis is still there, but I'm definitely favouring the champion now in terms of his ringmanship and his control of the ring, because he's the guy in the centre of the ring walking Ellis backwards. So Ellis is fighting on the back foot.
Yeah. With this one, there is definitely a crowd there, but it is very sparse. So
it's all social distanced, you know. So.
But it's just good to see crowds back. I'll tell you, the amazing thing about the Ebony Bridges fight this morning was, because it was in Australia, it was amazing. It was amazing just to hear that crowd and hear that atmosphere again that we've missed so much, haven't we?
Absolutely, because I was watching the rugby from New Zealand, the New Zealand Aorta Championship, and I mean, it's just amazing to see a full crowd there, you know, a full stadium, packed stadium at a rugby match. It's wonderful, and boxing will be the same, you know. But yeah, Benavidez is really unloading here, and Ellis is on the back foot. But fair play, Ellis is sticking away. But now he's holding. I wouldn't blame him, but he's holding. But yeah, I think Benavidez is just really taking control now, and some of those punches, man. I mean, he plants his foot and he puts it down. And there you go. So after 7, I'm going Benavidez again. So it's 60, 68, 65.
Yeah, see, I've got McCaskill winning on the cards. We're just about to go into the final round. It's amazing because these two girls don't look shattered at all. And you can see that how fit and the level they're at is phenomenal. So, you know, both of these women are really champions in their own right. Incredible performance. But it's just that younger person, McCaskill, and just seems to have a bit more hunger. As we say, if whoever wins this becomes the undisputed, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So, oh no, I'm in round 9. Sorry, I'm jumping the gun. I've just gone into round 9.
What did you think? And I'm round 8.
I'm going mad here.
But I'm round 8 of 12. You're round 9 of 10.
I'm ahead of myself.
That's not like you.
No, I'm normally behind.
I don't know why, but the song Champion is stuck in my head. Is it?
Cool, McCaskill just gave her a right old clout.
Oh, yes. Ellis there with a nice shot, but by God, Benavidez is absolutely hammering him now. A fair play to Ellis for sticking this out.
Yeah.
Like, this is a really meaty fight. Like, these two guys are throwing leather. There was an excellent left hook by Ellis that landed, but Benitez has now decided, well, I'm going to punish you for that. And Ellis is holding his glove. And when he releases it, Benavidez comes back with the combinations.
Yeah,
so again,
just getting the last 30 seconds of this one. Braekhus is just trying to get those scoring points, but McCaskill just won't leave her alone. She is one of those boxers that just keeps coming. She's a bloody nightmare, to be honest.
Yeah.
Great to watch, but if you're against her, it's a nightmare.
Well, Benavidez is just keeping coming forward and is just absolutely throwing. Oh, what an absolute 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lovely uppercuts here. And Ellis is hanging on, and fair play to him, because Jenny Mac, now he's holding on. Now he needs a bit of a break. Fair enough. This is good. This is the champions really taking control here. But again, Ellis now comes back with a few shots. I think
I've given McCaskill 5 rounds to 4 so far.
So it's a close fight.
It is close because although McCaskill's being the aggressor and pushing the fight and throwing, Braekhus is more accurate. She is landing those, like we always talk about, those point scoring punches.
Yeah.
And
what an excellent Ellis caught.
It'll be an interesting final round, put it that way.
Benavidez.
Braekhus has to go for it. She has to go for it.
Oh, this is an absolute cracker, barnstorm of a fight. Ellis caught Benavidez with a lovely right hook, but then it was like as if to say, you shouldn't have done that, because Benavidez just unleashed a torrent of punches on him. Fair play to him for taking it, but again, I'm going with the champion in round 8. So I've got 78 down to 74.
These two are literally going at it. Final round, 1 minute 30 seconds to go, and I think Braekhus needs to win this round to have a chance, or even potentially knock her out. It's that close.
I think the doctor is looking at Ellison on my fight. I'm not surprised, because he shipped a lot of punishment.
Yeah, the girls here, they're just standing toe to toe in the final round, which is it's great to
that was
see.
a peach of an uppercut. And again, he went with the uppercut. Yes, that was the 3 uppercuts in a row. And I'm seeing it from a different angle, followed by the left hook and then the right hook.
Yeah, Braekhus just working the jab. McCaskill is, I don't know how she's managed to throw so many bombs over 10 rounds. It's incredible.
Well, fair play to Ellis for still being in this fight. That's what I say. So the referee has, he's called him now. No, I think the referee is going to call this a day. No, it looks like he's allowing him to continue, but I think...
Blimey. McCaskill uppercuts. Brutal. She does not stop. When you watch this back ender, you'll realise she does not stop this girl. It's that typical sort of Mexican fighting style where they just keep on coming, and you can't. There's nothing you can do because you can't work off a back foot because every time you take a backward step, they're already 2 steps, advanced onto you. So it's McCaskill's walking around with her hand in the air. Braekhus, she's gone back to the corner, grinning. So it's an interesting.
Is that the end of the fight?
It's the end, yeah.
So who are you going for? Who are you giving it to?
I've given it to McCaskill, but that's based on the aggressive approach. She landed some huge shots. McCaskill gets it sort of 6 rounds to 4 for me. So we shall see.
We shall see.
Because you never know.
I absolutely love those straight rights down the drain pipe. Fair play to Ellis for still being there, but he is holding on now a little bit more. But I'd say the doctor could be coming back at the end of this round. Ellis is certainly one very brave man. And he threw an absolute peach of a right hook there.
McCaskill's got a beautiful shiner. On the left eye. It really looks. I think that just comes with the style she has. She'll take a shot to land sort of 3 or 4. Do you know what I mean? She's that sort of style fighter. But Braekhus, doesn't really break a sweat, to be honest.
But I'm really enjoying this fight now. I have to say, both guys are just give and take, but Benavidez is the more commanding boxer. He's taken the centre of the ring now for the last few rounds and picked off shots at will. But in fairness to Ellis, he's taking them. How he's still taking them, I don't know, but he is, and he's coming back with a flurry every now and again. But to me, Benavidez will win this round 9 with 30 seconds to go, unless, of course, Ellis does something, which I don't think he will, because, again, another flurry of punches there from Benavidez with Ellis on the ropes.
Well, if you're just joining us, I'm literally about to see what the scorecards are for McCaskill Braekhus, and part 2, and Ender's watching Ellis versus Benavidez on Fight TV. So we kind of got the best of both worlds on this one. But yeah, I'm going to see how this goes. I'm going to stick myself on mute so I can hear what the scorecards are.
Fair enough.
So bear with me a minute.
So that means I can talk now. It's all about me. Well, guys, this is an absolute cracking fight, Benavidez and Ellis. I have got, after round 9, I've got Benavidez on 88 and Ellis on 83. Benavidez is scoring some wonderful shots. Ellis is taking them, but again, the doctor is looking at him in the corner. I don't know if he could call time on it here. Is Ellis being too brave for his own good? But he's fair play to him for still being in this fight because he shipped some very big punches. And the doctor seems happy enough to let this continue. So we're going into round 10. The championship rounds, as they're called, 10, 11, and 12. So again, Benavidez takes the center of the ring. Again, just obviously the tempo has dropped slightly because this has been a big. Oh, he rocked his head back. Benavidez rocked Ellis's head back, and he pushed him back again there with another straight left. Just a jab now, keeping Ellis back really. I'd say Benavidez would like to finish this inside regulation, and of course Ellis is now holding on for dear life. Oh, hooks and body shots coming from the champ. This is a cracking fight.
I'm back. Yeah, just listening to the scorecards for McCaskill versus Braekhus. Yeah, the scorecards were 99 to 90, 98 to 91, pretty much for McCaskill. So she has kept the belts. She is undisputed. It's almost.
But you did say she was the more aggressive boxer.
Yeah, definitely 100%. But they've just put all the belts on her, and she's got 6. And yeah, she's tiny, and I think she's just become about a foot shorter because of the weight of that's just been put on her. The incredible fight. She deserved it, in my opinion.
Yeah.
You know, she really worked hard, and yeah, hats off to her. The scorecards pretty much say it all, really, in a more dominant fashion. 99 to 90. That's a gap. 98 to 91, another big gap. But when you look at those rounds, Braekhus had a round where she had a point deducted, so that wouldn't have worked in her favour anyway.
Yeah.
But McCaskill, she's just got that strong style, where she just does not leave you alone. Power punching, they're accurate, but blimey, she's a real talent. But as I say, you've just witnessed a 36-year-old versus a 39-year-old, and you'd never have thought it. The way they fought like really young, up and coming, point to prove people. So Jessica McCaskill has now fought 12 fights, won 10, and Braekhus has lost for the second time in her career, with a great record of 38 fights, 38 fights, 36 wins. I think that's a great record. Yeah. And yet she comes away with nothing. So this is boxing, isn't it? This is why we love it, because you just don't know. You just don't.
Well, just coming back on mine now after round 10 there, I'm actually, after giving round 10 to Ellis, because he just seemed to be a lot busier in this round, and he scored some nice punches. So obviously, perhaps the champ was taking it easier in the round, or Ellis was kind of saying it's now or never. But I've given that round to Ellis, and now it's the champion 97 and the challenger 93 with 2 rounds left. And actually, they're after showing the champion there with a wonderful left hook. And
is yours? Is it a 10-rounder? Or is it
no. This is 12. This is a really good fight. I'm enjoying it. If you want to switch on, if you have Fight TV, switch it on for the last 2 rounds. So we're into round 11 now. Again, the champion taking the center of the ring and the challenger on the outside.
My remote has just died, so I'm battery changing as we speak. As we say, this is live. Anything can happen.
Anything can happen, and with Joel, it usually does.
It usually does.
Oh yes, the champion's unleashing a flurry here in round 11. Obviously, he just took round 10. Not saying he took his foot off the gas, but he took it easier maybe to recharge his batteries. But he is really going for it here in round 11. He obviously wants the KO. He wants the stoppage. He's unleashing absolute torrent of punches. I think this is going to be ending very shortly. Referees willing to step in oh, the referee's going to step in because this is absolute abuse. But now it looks like the champ is a bit tired after that flurry of punches that the challenger just took, and he's come back with another straight, and he's Ellis is holding because that's all he can do.
Is it still going then? I thought
It is still going. It is. I thought it was going to be finishing, but Ellis he's a clever, canny boxer, and again the champion with the flurry of punches. But Ellis now is on his bike and trying to move, but oh, he's getting caught. He's getting caught again. How is he still standing? Fair play to Mr. Ellis. Oh, he's getting caught left, right, and centre now.
Do you think it should be called?
Yes, because it is now. It's over now. The referee has just intervened in round 11, and the champion has won in round 11, and fair play to him. Obviously, round 10 was kind of like, I'm just going to take it handy now, and I'm going to unleash hell in round 11, and he did. So fair play to the champ. He won there, round 11.
No, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, no, that's really good. So obviously, I know the result. I don't have to listen to any scorecards. It's champ winning in round 11.
That's what
Benavidez is still going. So a really enjoyable fight, and if you haven't seen it, I would recommend checking it out. It's on Fight TV, and it's a very good fight. So what's the story now on Dazan? Is what's happening?
They're literally just talking to the fighters now.
The female fighters. Yeah,
doing a post-match chat. Do you know what? Braekhus is so genuine. You know, she's come out, she's smiling, she's saying, "Look, I gave it my all." Basically, you know, her face is pretty much, it's so red and swollen. But two people that just gave their all. Really, really good fight and a lot of respect. So it's always nice to see an ender.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you got to have respect at the end. And I definitely think there'll be a lot of respect at the end of this because Ellis shipped so much punishment. I mean, and at the end of the day, the referee had to intervene to end it because Ellis was not going to drop under any circumstances.
No, I think we've caught two really good fights here, mate. So
yeah, no, it's
really nice to watch.
Yeah, it's great. We both got to see them, and we'll both kind of check out the other fight now. I think after the fact and see how it is. So, I think Benavidez there is acknowledging the crowd, and all his team are holding up their WBC belts. Got two for some reason.
Well,
is he the interim champion and the super champ?
They're literally, they've just shown it on the telly. Estrada versus Chocolatito 2. So we'll be shortly leaving this one. Yeah. And then we're going to be restarting up a new stream. Well, I suppose it is a stream. Live watch.
It is a stream. You're streaming live on YouTube.
So, yeah, we'll be going over to that one. And it's going to be Estrada versus Chocolatito 2. Really looking forward to this one.
Absolutely. Should be a cracker.
These two guys, you know, really, you know, massive respect for each other. Great records, like fantastic records. And yeah, we'll go into more detail in the next stream. So thanks for tuning in. You've been watching JG's Fight Talk, sponsored by Rich's Boxing and Limitless Creations. With my man Ender as always. Thank you for coming on, and I'll see you. No problem.
I enjoyed my fight here, and I can't wait to see yours because it sounded like a cracker as well.
Yeah, no, thanks for tuning in, people.
We're joining together for the absolute main event.
You know? Oh, yes. We shall see you in a moment. Thank you.
Bye.